store?
No, it
It
is
is a single
underscore.
word, right?
Yeah, it is underscore, just to
Okay.
make some kind of bifurcation. It is not mandatory. Or you can use camel case as well. But if you avoid using camel case in file names, that would be better. Okay, so I would not recommend using camel case in file name. You can do it in variables. Just do it like this. So I have created CG store over here. What has happened with this? Did I do something here? No. Why it is cute? Okay. Yeah, it is one. So, well, so I have pasted these classes over here as it is. As it is. I have one very good Visual Studio add-on installed extension, I'd say, which is Prettier Code Formatter. You should also get this installed, Prettier Code Formatter. What it will do, if you copy and paste your code, or if you write something like this, you can you can just click on Shift Control P and type format. This is a shortcut for automatically formatting your code. You can click on that, or you can use shortcut, and it will nicely format your code accordingly. So now I have my all classes in one file, which is CG store, and I want to use these classes in my server.ts file. I will remove it from here. Now to use these classes in server.ts in TypeScript, we have to just put export. So what I'm doing, I am exporting this class from this file. You have to do it for all. Whichever new class you create, just put export in front of that class, so that that class will be exported. It can be imported from another file. So if I go to server.ts, a very top, if I put import, and this time I will type dot slash cg store, it will automatically show. Then over here I can get all my classes which I have exported. So let's add those classes one by one. So now all these classes are available for me to work within this file, even though a definition and every logic is available in another file.
Darshan, one doubt, huh? So
Yes.
if suppose this CG underscore score, if I'm suppose converting it into a .js file using the
Mm-hmm.
npx command, so
Mm-hmm.
will I be able to import directly instead of giving that dot slash cg like you have imported express,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I create a .js file of my CG store
Mm-hmm.
class file, CG store file, so will I be able to directly import it?
Yeah, nice question. Let's see what happens when I run npx tsc. It will create cgstore.js. This is the file you want to create, right? So let's
Yeah.
see how it is created. Here, all three classes are created. I will have to use export dot every class name like this. I will have to export everything like this. I will have to write everything exactly how it is written over here. And then in server.js file, you can import it like this. Constant, sorry. Okay, since I haven't used it, it did not create that import over here. I see, yeah, it is not there. But when we use it in server.js, see, it is grayed out. That means we are not using it, so it will not be included in server.js. But if you want to include cgstore.js, it is possible. You can include it over here, but not
Mhm.
like this. Let's say I will delete this ts file now, and let's see what happens. See, it is giving me error that TypeScript file is not available. In that case, you have to use ES5 syntax. And that is like constant cg store is equal to require dot slash cg store, like this, oh, sorry, like this. For every class you have to do it like this, so your way
Hmm.
of
Got it.
importing the module will change.
Hmm.
Okay, and you have to write 3 lines the way you have written it over here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Okay, fine.
So I think
So
I think TypeScript will only, uh, that's the best way I've understood, right?
yeah, it is, we can say, best way, but it gives you more control over how you write your code. Okay, so I
Right.
will
Right.
have to create again that file cg underscore store.ts, paste it over here. I will format it. One more thing, Visual Studio Code technique I will tell you. Just click it over here, then control. Oh, sorry. I haven't done this in Mac. Yeah, okay. Maybe, yeah. Just keep on pressing Alt or whichever the shortcut key available on Windows. I'm not sure, but if you click cursor at one place, you should click Alt and then second click and then third click. You can type, sorry, not default. You can type in all of the three places at once. Okay, so now CG store is ready. In server.ts, I don't need these things, these classes, and I will have to also import CG store, CG user, CG to do, and
Bhushan,
CG
one
store.
one more doubt.
Yes.
So that day you were told Express, you're not putting it inside those parentheses because Express is a interface and these are request and response are classes, right?
No, I did not mention anything about interface and classes, but practically request and response are interfaces, but it can be anything, interfaces or classes,
Okay.
but
And
it is
why?
inside. Like request and response are written inside Express the way we written here in export,
Okay.
but there is other way as well where I can directly type it like this. Import store from this, but here I have to write import star, import star as store. This will work, but this time I have to do it like this: store dot cg store, cg to do, cg user. The
Okay.
same thing is happening with express as well. In that case, just express is the only the variable which we are creating out of express library, and
Hmm.
request and response are inside this variable.
Hmm. Okay. Got it. Got it.
So let's go back. Okay, so we have our classes ready. Now let's write one API to create, let's say, to do for Ganesh. So I'm going to write an API app dot uh, sorry, app dot get. Get is a keyword, a method, slash. Previously we use slash. This time what we are going to use is, let's say, create or add to do, add add to do, and I'm going to create a same function with request and response over here. Now when I want to add to do, what do I expect in request? I expect a username and to do description, right? This I expect this username and description of to do. So what I will do, my input is going to be of type username string, and to do description is also going to be a string. We cannot use actually input, I will say cg input. Okay, and I have defined a type over here, but I have not yet put the value. So username will be request dot query dot user name. This is what I'm going to get, and to do description is going to be request dot query dot description. This is what I am going to supply. Let's see what is the error. Type undefined is not assignable to type string. What it is saying that query, this query, it is possible that we will either supply username or we do not supply username. It is possible that we either supply description or we do not supply description, and we are not handling that case. And here I am saying that username is going to be a string and today description is going to be a string. What I can do, I can make username optional if I put over here a question mark, and description optional if I put here a question mark. And now this should go. Okay, I will also have to convert this to string. Whatever I am going to receive, I have to convert it into a string. Now if I remove those question marks, yeah, it will give me an error that the username, if it is undefined, it cannot be assigned to the username which I am expecting. Description which I am going to receive as a part of to do, it cannot be assigned to a to do description which I am expecting. But this is valid. I should have some username and some to do description to handle or to create to do. So before this code, I will validate these two things. So if I write if request to do username is undefined, then